So Michael Fabricant is a Tory MP and an outspoken critic of HS2, and he challenged Rishi Sunak about the project at Prime's Questions yesterday, and he joins us now. Michael, morning. You must be rather pleased. You got stuck into the Prime Minister yesterday at PMQs. Very well done. And it seems now that this second stage, some would argue the most important stage, actually, between Birmingham and Manchester, is going to be kiboshed.
Well, I don't know that. By the way, I always speak from the heart, and I hope you'll agree with that. And I hope I sound convincing. But
you do.
It certainly is.
You do.
Thank you, Bev. Yes, I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? I mean, I rose in Parliament to talk about how dysfunctional HS2 Limited is as a company. We've got road closures, footpath closures, people trespassing over private land. Who are HS2 operatives. Nobody seems to know how long the roads are going to be closed for. The left hand never seems to know what the right hand is doing. But my point was, actually, you know, why not stop it now after phase one? Actually, I would dearly love to see the whole ruddy thing closed, but I don't think that's going to happen. And it would make sense in a way, actually, because you could have high-speed trains running down from Manchester. And then if you complete at phase one in my constituency, it actually links from the West Coast Main Line, the regular line, all the way across to HS2. So you could have trains running from Manchester, albeit not at very high speeds, but regular high speeds. 125 miles an hour is pretty fast, in my opinion, running down from Manchester. And then on the leg from my patch all the way down to London, it would run at high speed. So it would make a lot of sense, save a lot of money, and actually stop a lot of misery from people along the path of HS2 that's being planned.
So this stage one, Michael, from London to Birmingham, and if reports are true, that's where this is going to end now. How much time on the journey has HS2 saved the passenger?
Well, first of all, I'm going to correct you, actually. Phase one goes north of Birmingham, because I'm north of Birmingham in Lichfield, and then it connects, as I said, with the West Coast Main Line. How much time? 10 minutes. But they argue, of course, it's not time anymore. Yeah, I know. 10 minutes faster to get to Birmingham.
And it's cost us how much? And it will have cost us how much to get to Birmingham 10 minutes quicker?
Listen, first of all, they said 15 billion. Then they said 27 billion. Now it's going to be 33 billion. Probably 100 billion by the time the whole thing is finished. I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous, especially when so many friends of mine claim to be, and don't bleep me out here, please, because I know GB News is very, very tough on language that's used. A lot of my friends say they're twats. And I said, what do you mean they're twats? And he said, well, we only work Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You know, the point is that there isn't the use of the railways that there were before COVID. Everything has changed. Technology has changed. And, you know, this isn't like Japan. Jeremy Hunt goes on and on and on about how he was in Japan and how he loved the bullet trains. Well, first of all, Japan is 3,000 miles long. We're not even 1,000 miles long. And secondly, apart from the bullet trains, most trains in Japan run at 40 miles an hour. We've actually got pretty fast trains. The Pendolinos run at 125, and even the London North Western slow train, slow in inverted commas, from Lichfield runs at 110 miles an hour, which is a darn sight faster than most Japanese trains.
Michael, we will have to apologise on your behalf for using that word, because you don't use that word here on GB News. But can I press you, the money that will be saved from not pressing ahead with HS2, would you put it simply to cut the national debt, or would you use it for other transport projects which could be much more useful?
Well, I don't know what other transport projects would be most useful, because
East-West trains. East-West trains, Michael.
Absolutely.
That would be very useful.
Connectivity. No, quite right, Bev. East-West connectivity is absolutely dreadful.
Sure.
And, you know, getting across from Sheffield, Leeds and Manchester
Liverpool
is an absolute nightmare. So that would be very, very welcome indeed.
All right, well, that's Michael Fabricant. Always good to talk to you.
Thank you, Michael.
Despite his mischievous language.
Can I just explain what he meant by that acronym? It means people who work Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's the acronym. We do apologise if you had young people listening. Michael, consider yourself told off.